Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright out there. So, the other day I got a comment saying, I want to see more DR videos. These gloves, I'm going to buy new gloves at some point. Or replace the Velcro now, I'll get new gloves. Someone said, I want to see more DR videos. And I was like, do you know what? Now I can. I want to ride the DR. And the reason I say now I can is what I'll get into in this video, because it's actually quite funny. But first, beef! Nippy for a big job, eh? Whoa, easy now. Okay, so as I've talked about in the past, I made a video called The Cursor Height. Being tall is not great. Now, I've taken a lot of hate over the years, believe it or not, for just mentioning the fact that I'm 6'4" in bike reviews every time, to the point people are like, why do you have to say it every single time? Why do you have to tell us every single time you're 6'4", blah, 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 just trying to make other people feel bad? I'm not kidding. This is real stuff I've dealt with. And I'm like, I get that if you watch my videos regularly, you're going to know this information, thus it's surplus to requirements. However, if you're new to the video, you don't know that. Being in the top 1% of height, of tall people in the country, because that's what, if you're above 6'4", you're like in the top 1%. Nothing is made for us. So it's very, very important to mention that like my old Chinese 125, for instance, people thought it was a 3/4 size bike when they saw me on it. And I'm like, no. And then I did a video where I showed it next to my DR and it was like barely any smaller. And they're like, what? Like, yes, I'm tall, okay? So, that aside, I'm sorry if you would rather be taller. Hopefully this video will make you wish you weren't. So as I say, there is many reasons that being tall is not what it's all cracked up to be. But there's one that, talking of cracks, oh God, that happens to me a lot. Now, as you may or may not know, doorways in the UK, I think, what are they, 6'6"? Yeah, I think they're 6'6" high as a standard. When I walk through a doorway, my head just skims the top, and my shoulders only have a couple of inches either side, to fit through the door. So when I go through houses and I have to move around stuff, very often I'm finding myself kind of feeling like I'm working my way through a doll's house, if you know what I mean. Maybe one of the Hobbit's houses. You've seen what it was like for Gandalf, right? Was that Gandalf? I don't know. I'm not that up with Lord of the Rings and names. The point is, when you are literally skimming the edges of stuff and trying to move between things just to, get around a house, every now and then you can get caught out and get hurt. Now, where this catches me out all the time, and I've done this, I've probably done what I'm about to talk about 40 times over the years. And I want to also add here that I'm very spatially aware. I am not clumsy at all. I worked in a kitchen for 7 years. You can't be clumsy. You have to be very, very, people get hurt if you're clumsy in kitchens, other people. Knives, water, oil, all sorts of stuff. You can't be bumping into each other. So, as I say, it's not clumsiness that causes this. If a piece of furniture is moved by 1.5 inches, but it kind of still looks like where it is, or if there's something placed near a doorway, so I have to go through the doorway at a different angle, the chances of me raking my toes against something, like not just stubbing, but like almost wrenching off your toe across a door frame or a skirting board edge or something like that, is quite high. I imagine it's a little bit like if you went to a blind person's house and moved all the furniture just a little bit. They would be tripping over themselves all day long. I don't know, I'm not blind, but it would seem that if you know the layout in your mind, that if someone was to move those things, it would cause you problems. Well, anyway, I did this the other day. Thankfully, it's been raining this week, and I've had other things to do, which I'll talk about in a moment. But basically, I moved a 15 to 20 kilo lighting stand with my bare toe, second to the little one on my right foot. Oh my God, it hurt. And then I could barely walk for a day or so, because it literally looked like a cocktail sausage. Maybe a cocktail smoked frank, because the skin was so taut from how freaking like swollen it was. Now I thought I probably have broken this toe because I've done this before. There is nothing you can do about it. You just wait, and it normally takes 2 or 3 weeks, and it stops hurting, and you're back to normal. That's why a couple of my toes aren't entirely straight. However, thankfully on this occasion, after about 3 days of being careful with it, the swelling was going down, and then all of a sudden I felt this click, and my toe felt so much better. So I think what had happened is I dislocated it, and it hadn't fully gone back in, and then the swelling held it out. And it wasn't until it calmed down from me resting it that it clicked back into place. And then, like within, a day and a half, 2 days of doing that, it feels completely fine. It's a little bit sore, but it's fine. So I think that's probably what it was. Let's do some country roads, why not? It's a sunny day. So yeah, walking's been painful this week, and also the weather's been crap. So what I've been doing, if you've watched a recent video of mine, is I've been working on those last 3 to 6 clocks that I'm going to make. It's definitely 3, maybe it's 6, I'm not sure. If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, it's the Spicy One Toe Metalworks. I make custom clocks out of motorcycle parts, discs, sprockets, stuff like that. This is years ago I did this, and I stopped a while ago because it just wasn't profitable enough. But I got to number 97, and stopping at number 97 is just wrong. I mean, it's not that I haven't made more than 100 clocks, I have, because there was different codings, but on the standard clocks I got to 97, and you can't stop at 97. So I've got to get to at least 100, and maybe 103. So I've been doing work on that in the garage, resting my foot, and I say bad weather anyway, it all works out. That's why you've got to have backup plans and things to do. Oh god, it's getting narrower and narrower. This is a 60-mile-an-hour road, by the way. Yep, you've warmed up nicely. Swallows? What are you doing? Talking of flies, any of you own a white bike or a car? Have you looked at it in the evening and seen how many flies are on it? Like, I knew this was a thing. Like, I quite often look out there in the evening and see the top of my tank, and there's like 5 or 6 flies just sat on it, having like a little siesta together, having a chat. You think they're talking about, oh, I found this amazing turd, man. It was so juicy, it was so good, I was all over it. However, on this occasion, there wasn't 1 or 2 or 5 or 7, there was thousands. Thousands of them. Oh, it is lovely today. It's not too warm, a little humid down here though. Be aware, we have cyclists. Where there's one, there's always more. I have to say, I kind of forgot about how much work goes into making the clocks I made. I mean, I don't have quite the setup I used to have, as in the sense that I had things like, everything was in a process. Now I'm more having to jump around a little bit more and doing it. But yeah, I forgot the amount of work that actually goes into these clocks. I want to know, because I don't know. Wait, do I know? I don't know. Wait, I don't think I've ever been this way before, or have I? This is an interlinking road that I don't normally go on, so I'm now a bit confused. Will it hit something I know? I don't know. There's a golf course. There's a golf course, right? That's not where I thought I was. I don't think. They have cut the hedges. This is the problem. You can drive past things for years and not realise what's there until they cut the hedge. And then you think you're in a totally different place. I'm sure I know where I am. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. Wait, no, wait. Where the crap am I? Okay, I'm actually lost. I think. Although this is going into a third bit. Anyway, sorry. This should supposed to be making a video, not just talking about getting lost. But this is the thing I love about these roads. Is once you get to know a certain set of them, then you start taking the ones you don't know. And they all start linking up and you start to realise that you've been going the wrong way for ages. And you could have been going a much shorter route. In fact, my old mum, bless her, before she gave up driving, thank God, took some convincing, she used to, when she went down the M27, she would always come off at this junction, go round the roundabout, get back onto the A27. She basically would take a junction roundabout to then go back onto the A27 just because that was the route she always knew. And I'm like, you do know that if you just keep driving past Southwick, okay, oh, I know, there's going to be a pub on the right and there's going to be a couple of roundabouts. You watch. As I say, she literally could have stayed on the dual carriageway and just waited 30 seconds and she would have zipped past that entire roundabout. She just wouldn't have it. That was the route she took and that was the route she was always going to take. Do you know anyone like that? I can't say I've ever known anyone who purposely takes the wrong route or takes a junction. It's not, no, the pub's the other side of the roundabouts, but this is the roundabout I was thinking of, because I want to go left here. Yeah, there's the pub. I thought I was coming down that road, but I'm coming up this road. Where's the woods? I haven't been in the woods for a long time. I always miss the entrance. There's no one behind me. Traffic's pretty dead. I'm going to freaking hell. Please say it was empty. Please say it was empty. Please say it was empty. I think it's right here. No, that's a house. How do you get in the... Where is it? Either they've closed it or I've gone past it, or I haven't got to it yet and I haven't realised. I just can't go flying into blind corners. It's not in me anymore. I'm just too aware of what could be there. Oh, I go back just in case anyone's like, clocks, I wanted to buy a clock. I never got the chance, and now I want to get one of the last 6. What I can tell you is this: it's a way off. Well, not way, but it's, it's a lot of work, and I'm getting there. So it's going to be a couple of weeks at least. I will be putting them to my Etsy store, which is public, but I'll be announcing it through. Come on, let's try and unblock this. I'll be announcing it through my Patreon YouTube members first, because, well, statistically they're much more likely to be the people buying them anyway. Because if people are willing to support me, then they're willing to support me. It kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah, I've chosen another side road. There's fish! There is fish. What are they? Not sure. Little bit of respect goes a long way. No one wants a bike flying past them at like 50, that close. Wow, that's amazing. Sorry about the corny joke. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. It's not even the first time I've made that joke. I'm not... cows! There's little ones too, but I can't get close to them. Oh, I could walk through their thing, but I'm not going to do that. I really need to branch out into some new jokes. Okay, that was my Fernal one. I'm actually kind of disgusted by myself like that. I'm capable of saying something like that. I wonder what the ford's going to be like, because we have had quite a bit of rain, but at the same time everything's bone dry, so it's probably just a trickle. Birdie! That was a goldfinch. You don't want to DR up the butt. I tend to mix the subjects up a bit in these videos, so I'm going to add this in here as well, because I'm not really going to make a full video on it. YouTube is adding in a load more AI tools for AI video generation. So you don't need to have anything real in a video, it can all be AI, and then, you know, you don't need camera, you don't need any of that stuff to make the videos you want to make. And then why do you need creators to make videos when the algorithm of YouTube knows what people will watch? And it can just make that content. And you will say, but I won't watch AI content. People won't do that. Yeah, they will. Sorry, they will. We're past that point. They are. It's not they will, they are. Very often in these situations, people are like, well, they should ban this, they should ban that. At the end of the day, if people watch that more than real people, that's what will become popular. It doesn't matter whether people like the idea of it or not. It doesn't change. If people like it, they like it, and that's what's going to succeed. Oh, dust in my eyes! Ah! Ah! What? The engine is brakes too? Oh.
Nice bike.
Thanks, mate. Derek does get the love more than Divvy for obvious reasons. Oh, it stinks around here. Something smells vile. Don't amber me. There we go. There we go. As I say, being tall comes with costs. And there's normally the cost of your toes. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. And if you want to help support my channel, please consider doing that through Patreon, YouTube memberships, and also a special thank you to the people that have sent me direct donations through PayPal through the link in the description. It all helps. Thank you very much. Catch you on the next one.